Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
The Notre Dame head coach told me before the game, this is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. The Nittany Lions will put boot to leather, and this will be the start of a new season. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Running inside, it's Danzy. Finds that crease, and he's got 4 out to the 29. Guys, let's take a step back and talk about Notre Dame. They start the season in the top 5, prime position to make a run. But what's the biggest danger there, Jesse?
Well, they need to avoid complacency. Top 5 tells me you've got potential. You were a good team a year ago. You got a lot of talent. But there's going to be a lot of really tough games on the schedule this year, David. So why not start early right here in week 1 and come shooting out of the cannon?
Shooting out of the cannon with a start that everybody gets to look at, see how good you are. And that first impression is really big, right? Like, you can start climbing quickly and really get a high marks in people's heads if you can start the season on a great note.
From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. The give is to Williams. Gets the ball up to the 50-yard line, and it'll be 1st down.
And, David, we know when you're playing on the road how important it is to try and steal momentum early and quiet the crowd. You gash the defense with a run like that to pick up a big 1st down, that'll do it. And that's really a tone setter, I think, for this offense. And you're sending a direct message to the opponent. We are going to be physical, and we're going to try to run this thing down your throat.
Yeah, and they got a chance to respond, and the crowd hopefully can get behind them and get back in it. The defense has got to do a better job. We got to stop the run. They got to tackle, get more hats to the football. This will be a challenge. They're going to run the football. They better be man enough to stop it.
Long way to go on 2nd down. Taylor wants to throw it. Out wide right, it's Mobley. Finds a crease at the 20. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. He's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0.
Notre Dame 7, Penn State 0.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Here's some daylight. Pass to 6. Oh, look out on the right. The 20. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And And it's the game-breaking speed you see right there. He takes it all the way to the house. It's that speed. That's the reason why a lot of people thought if he had declared for the NFL draft, he would have been playing on Sundays now. There's just not a lot of running backs in college football that can run like this guy.
And it's so nice to have that guy back. Like, to keep that guy on your roster, it's like recruiting the best player in the country, right? You got one of the best backs. To be able to keep that guy on your roster was the big offseason coup. Like you mentioned, the NFL can also transfer, can go make money elsewhere. To keep him on the roster, and he shows you why. This guy is the catalyst, one of the best in the country at his spot.
Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Unloads to the wideout. Between the hashes, it's Gilbert. Out to the 36-yard line after gaining 10 on that one.
You know, sometimes as a quarterback, guys, you just need a new environment. You need a change of scenery. And this was a highly recruited guy. Didn't quite work out for him at his last destination. So now here he is. And he's not playing in a Power 4 conference by any stretch, but he feels like with this coaching staff, he's a better fit in this system, and he thinks he's going to have a big year.
And this is something we don't talk about as much, man. There's a lot of talent that also comes down now. So there's talent going up, yes, to new places, but these are really talented kids that don't necessarily get to start. But he's got, obviously, the name. He's got some ability, some skill. Interested to see him, new coaching staff, new environment, new start, to see if we see the best version of him.
Tells the play fake, wants to throw on first down. Slings it downfield. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The holding penalty pushes them back. It's 1st and 20. The give is to Williams. Just sort of a relentless run, getting everything that was available to him, and they'll mark him down at the 40. Guys, let's talk for a minute about Notre Dame. Everybody uses the portal to varying degrees. Sometimes you just fill the exact right hole that you want. And this team, as they start this season, not a ton of new faces here, Jesse.
They didn't, but I don't think it's because there was a lack of effort on the part of the coaches, David. I think they believe they've got the roster in place now to have success.
Yeah, because when you bring people in, a lot of times you tick people off on your own roster. So when you only bring a few in, you cherry-pick some elite talent and some real concerns that you have, sometimes it just addresses everything you need.
Wants to throw. Spits it out to the back. Incomplete. Big fight for the ball, but it falls to the ground.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw, and that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, Dave. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Making the adjustment. Here's a give to Peoples. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Could be an alley.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Gonna run it. It's Peoples. Got him right there.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Here they come up to the 23-yard line, not thinking field goal, wanting to convert this 3rd and short. This is a designed run. Fights off the defender. The change will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
The Nittany Lions now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Sells to fake. Short pass. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch, and he went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Going to audible here. Let's see what they do. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call, and they want to make explosive plays. But you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. Now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
That makes the score Penn State 10,
He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. The give is to Williams. Hit and drop behind the line. He'll lose a yard.
And a lot of times the fit up front, linebackers are fitting holes, and that ball bounces, and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB, and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to cover, but I love the way he comes up and makes the tackle.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and it's Penn State on top as we get a look at the stats. Heading in the opposite directions now as we crank it up in the second. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Slips a tackle, and he's got room.
Tell you what, defensive players don't always see where the ball is. They see the receiver and they get to chase him, but really good job seeing where the receiver is, going and making an interception, making the big play, getting the ball back to your offense.
Quick give. It's Martin. Able to pick up a couple down to the 27.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll run it. Defense holds their ground, pickup of a yard. It's at the 26.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Changing the routes with his receivers. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. He's got enough. It'll be a first down. They've got it at the 12. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Tough run here. It's smart. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit down, sir.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to throw, it's Baker. Oh, it goes right through his hands. They had everything set up on the screen except the catch. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
They need a huge play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
I'll tell you what, I don't know if the offense was expecting man coverage that time. 3rd and long in field goal range, you're expecting it to be zone. Instead, they lock him up man-to-man, everybody on an island, everybody won. They get the incompletion, now setting up 4th.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Last drive ended with a pick, vitally important to take care of the football this time. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Got it behind the line. It's Mobley. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
And that's not a surprise play call for this offense. A lot of times, man, after a tackle for a loss or a play that goes behind the line of scrimmage, they want to get those chunky yards back. They want to get back to 3rd and manageable. They dial up the screen. They get some positive yards, now put themselves in a position to be more successful on 3rd down.
Taylor wants to throw. Left side is Flanagan. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
Well, in that down and distance, the quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him, so a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
Makes the catch. It's Graham. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Well, that receiver's looking at his teammates like, guys, what's up? You're not going to block for me on the screen? Seriously? I mean, I just lost yards on a screenplay. How does that happen?
They don't need a bunch on 2nd down. The corners are walked up tight. Wants to go up top on second down. Escapes the pressure to his right. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
You got to give the defense tons of credit because we know how much speed this quarterback has. That time you saw the pursuit. They were able to bring him down for a big loss on the sack.
On third and long, no secret what he needs here. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away.
And I think that time he was trusting his pocket awareness and his arm a little bit too much. You've got to remember, you're one of the best athletes in the country playing the position. If you see a crease, you just got to take off and get it.
Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Motion from the wide receiver. There he goes. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
I love this type of play because it looks like a jet sweep. The defense, they're a bit confused pre-snap. They don't know who has the ball, and all of a sudden, that guy with his speed is in the second level of the defense before the defense even knows what happened.
Tells the run, wants to pass. Buying a little time to his left. Touchdown, Penn State! The sure hands in the end zone, and he has 6. The AT unit on the field. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. From the gun, it's Mobley. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on second and short. Taylor wants to throw it. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and a score on this drive would do wonders for their confidence. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide-out level noise. Drives inside, and he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line.
Oftentimes when offenses get a first down, that's when they like to speed up the tempo, and you're seeing them now go hurry up.
Got it in the middle. It's Bettis. Makes the grab almost to the first down marker, but a good pickup on that one. The Irish come to the line facing second and short. Out of the gun, looking to throw. Buying time to his right. He'll pull it down. He's out of bounds, and they'll say he got it to the 45.
It's so nice to be an offense on second down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run to try to get the first down, take a deep shot down the field. I can run the football. The whole playbook is open to my disposal.
Fresh center downs going to the air. And the defense picks up a sack, getting the quarterback down at the 44.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
Flip it out to the back on the screen. Makes a man miss. and he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play, clock running. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Notre Dame looking for this 4th down conversion. Snapped it, and he has to have it. Takes a shot as he throws, and it never had a chance. Incomplete.
And the offense stays aggressive. They try to throw the football and just weren't on the same page. It was an incompletion. He could have done a better job, I think, throwing the ball to his receiver and maybe making it where it's more of a 50-50 ball where he can make a play. Defense gets the big stop.
Looking for a crease. It's Wallace. At the 45 on his way. Flying down the left side. Touchdown, Penn State. This crowd absolutely loving it as he rolled into the end zone.
Well, this offense is clicking. They've been doing it all first half, running the ball, throwing the ball. They had insult to injury with another touchdown here right before teams go into the tunnel. This defense, guys, they have got to find some answers, and they've got to regroup here at halftime.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Taylor wants to throw. Out wide left, it's Mobley. Makes the grab, and down immediately. He picks up a few. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. The fake wants to throw. He's going to fire deep. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Takes it the other way. And he'll be brought down, and that's how we'll end the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We start with the Oklahoma State Cowboys taking on the Tulsa Golden Hurricane. And it's the Cowboys looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half.
The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
Stopped after a pickup of 4. Good run to get it out to the 34.
And it's going to be interesting to watch this defense, man, because obviously when you're trailing, and offenses can sometimes get conservative. That's 2 runs back-to-back. Do they get more aggressive and try to bring more guys near the line of scrimmage, not let them waste time, and try to get their offense the football back?
Tight end now in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it. Oh, he's got some space. They'll move the chains. Good execution on third down. They've got it at the 41. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. They're changing things up, trying to get everyone set. Dropping back, it's Baker. Here comes the heat. Trying to get rid of it. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be second down.
I'm impressed with this defense, man, because that QB is lightning fast. You see how fast that defender was able to get to him and force the incompletion? Wow.
A lot of ground to cover, and they need a chunk here on second down. On the run, it's Wallace. They'll give him 3 yards on the play. It's 3rd and 7.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll have to push the ball down the field here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And he gets rid of it.
Oh, you know what time it is when the defense gets that stop on 3rd down. Fist up in the air. Nice job getting to the quarterback, putting some pressure on him, hitting him, forcing the incompletion. 4th down, baby.
It's good. And now the lead is even bigger.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
Number 94, set to kick this one.
Returner's going to try to see what he can get. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Straight ahead, it's Williams. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And I think offense is showing they are willing to run the football, even if they don't get big gains. Just those body blows that can sometimes wear out a defense and keep the balance on offense so I can be explosive.
Taylor wants to throw it. Incomplete. What a fight for that one in midair, but neither guy could come down with it.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Can't hang on after the hit, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, you're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
Rolls right. He'll pull it down and run. Didn't find much running room there. Picks up a few before he's forced out of bounds.
2nd and short is a great situation to be in. And look at him. He drops back to pass the football. He doesn't have to throw the football. He wants to be aggressive, but he can just take off and scramble. Doesn't have to take a chance. Great being ahead of the sticks.
Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a 1st down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
Nice 1st down defense. Great job being physical, understanding the chances of run are high. They come up, they get the back on the ground, forcing a 2nd down and long situation.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking run, but they're going to throw it. Fires left. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Turning it on. At the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. A pick six. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Taylor wants to throw. Look out! Into the end zone for the two-point conversion, and now they trail by just 15.
How about that for a momentum swing? Your defense gets the pick six, offense comes right back on the field, and they get the two-point conversion.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. That last pick six after a drive like that, David, can swing the momentum of a game.
The defense is still celebrating. I mean, such a big play. I mean, they gave up some yards but did what they're supposed to do. Now, Jesse, this offense has to put a drive together.
Yeah, they have to recapture some momentum here. What they can't do is go 3 and out and give the ball right back.
And the Nittany Lions trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Handoff for Peoples. He finds enough room to get it up to the 28-yard line before going out of bounds.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the right. Big hit, knocks the ball away, and it'll force him into a 4th down.
That's one thing this defense takes a lot of pride on. They like tackling the catch, and they like being around the ball. That time, he was in proximity to knock that thing loose. Nice physical play.
Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He is snowed under, nowhere to go, and it'll be 2nd and long.
Linebackers in today's football, obviously, guys have gotten smaller. They got to play in space more, cover fast guys out on the perimeter. But how about this linebacker coming downhill and making a physical tackle in the hole?
Into the 3rd quarter of this opening week of the season, it's now 2nd and 10. Taylor wants to throw it. Fires to the right. Lucky to get it off.
Well, coming out in the second half, they knew they needed to throw the ball to have success, and they have not yet found a completion here in the 3rd quarter. This quarterback has got to be able to find a way to get himself back in rhythm.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
The Irish send out the punt unit. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. Their own end zone nipping at their heels as they start this drive from their own 2. looking for a gap. It's Martin. Some tough running there to create a little space and get it out to the 10.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
Well, the running back did a nice job there, keeping his feet moving. He was able to drag some defenders with him to get that first down.
Long way to go for this offense. 1st and 10 from their own 12. To the back. Runs through a tackle. And makes the tackle at the 23 after he got 10. He's topped 150 yards on the ground. 18 Nittany Lion backs have gone for 2K. They've had some great names in history. Franco Harris, Lydell Mitchell, John Cappelletti, Saquon. Maybe this guy's going to be remembered among those legends.
Man, that's crazy to go back and think about those guys and those kind of playmakers coming from one school. I want to be the next guy. That's why you want to go to Penn State, to put your name on that list.
As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one.
Penn State 30, Notre Dame 15.
They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. Got enough for the first down. Right down the gut of the field. He's at the touchdown, Nittany Lions. And the beatdown has ensued.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences of losing this ball game. Gets loose in the middle. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Irish! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Yeah, offensive line, give me a crack. I'll do the rest. How about the Jets? The speed. He just turns it on, going 70-plus to the house. What a huge play by the running back.
And they'll try to tack on 2. Taylor wants to throw. Still moving to his right, trying to make a big play. And he makes the catch. The 2-point conversion is good.
And makes the score. Penn State 37, Notre Dame 23. Number 35, set to kick it off.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. Sells the run, looking to pass. Shoots it to the left. Just barely got rid of it.
And you've seen this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Second and long here. A give, running right, it's Peoples. He had all kinds of company as soon as he got it. He had to fight his way back just to get to the line of scrimmage.
And when you're down later in the football game, you got to start taking some chances. And that was a beautiful run blitz. Great job playing the probability, understanding it might be a run to run some clock, and they guess right, and they make a big play for this defense.
Ton of ground to cover here on third and long. Timeout is called, and they got it just in the nick of time before the delay of game penalty. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. Third and long right here. He's going to change things up against this defensive look. Looking to throw, it's Baker. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front they could not protect him well enough.
They punted away on fourth down. Fields the punt. Return's going to get it up around midfield. He'll be down at the 49-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're in a precarious spot here, that lofty perch in the rankings, hanging in the balance unless they can do something to save themselves here. Nice move to keep running. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Under pressure. Took a shot as he threw.
And this is a tough time for this offense because you're in passing mode. You're in comeback mode, and what is that? The defense knows that. Like, they're pinning their ears back. They're coming after the quarterback, and you've already struggled protecting your guy today and creating those explosive plays. This offense is going to have to buckle up and really protect their guy up front.
Caught by Williams on the right. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was two guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell they were definitely locked in, and they were not going to let that running back catch that football and go anywhere after the catch.
He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Taylor wants to throw it. He's going for the goal line. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Number 49 with the grab and the score.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they cap things off with a 9-yard touchdown pass.
30.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Nittany Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have a productive drive here. Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Handoff again. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Making the adjustment on the play. To the air, it's Baker. Zings it complete to the right. Love to see these 3rd down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line.
Nice job executing the 4-minute offense. You know, they practice this throughout the week, having a lead late in the game, running plays to just get enough to get first downs to stay on the field, and they are executing this 4-minute offense to perfection.
They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. Big collision there, and they'll mark him down after a 6-yard gain. The Fighting Irish called their first timeout. They still have a couple of timeouts to work with in this final quarter. 6-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 4. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Tackled almost immediately. Not a whole lot on that one.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Breaks into the open. The 30. And you can see the offense just feeling itself. They've got it down to the 21. We'll head to the 2-minute timeout. Tight ball game here, and this offense will try to milk the clock. They'll have a first down here, a Week 0 game that is living up to all the hype and anticipation. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback keeps it. Maybe got some room, headed to the goal line. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State.
And it was so important for the offense to come up with a touchdown there and not kick a field goal. You're trying to put this thing out of reach. And that touchdown puts so much pressure on their opponent now with less than 2 minutes to go.
And they did tack on the extra point. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Taylor wants to throw. Rush right in his face. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll try to take it back. And he goes out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. On the ground, it's Wallace. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! And they take it in for 6 more points. These guys looking to put the finishing touches on this game with that score.
I think you feel confident that ends it, right? Late in the game, it would take a miracle for the defense to get back in it. That miracle is no longer coming now.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Might have picked up a couple on that one before he was knocked down.
Well, I think the offense at this point now, they're just trying to limit the damage. They want to get out of here and move on, turn the page to the next game because things just have not been going their way, throwing or running the football.
Oh, pressure's coming. What a spectacular grab there as they try to finish this game with a little something to feel good about. Just what they were looking for, a huge explosive play, and they're inside the 15 at the 13-yard line. They say it's still a game of field position, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And he added the extra point. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Time is against them, still down by 2 scores, but they'll line up for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
And you're just waiting for that right bounce, that right skip for that ball to get 10 yards to try to make something happen and make a miracle come to fruition. And, Palmer, it's not going to happen. The defense's hands team, they were ready, they were dialed in, and they get the football back.
Yeah, they fall on that one, David, and they can breathe a little bit easier now. But let's be honest, I mean, in college football, we've seen crazier things happen in these types of situations. The ball takes a crazy bounce. There's always a chance, but you got to give the receiving team there a lot of credit. The hands team gets it done, and they win the game.
Smart offense. I love it, man. Make them use that timeout, run the football. I can run the football and let that clock now tick inside of a minute. I'm in great situation to win this football game. Just be smart and keep that thing running.
On 3rd down, here's Peoples. He's loose down the middle. And that's how you finish it off. Scoring on the final play of the game doesn't affect the outcome. Just a little cherry on top of the sundae. And a huge run from the back for 6.
Man, it's nice to have a running back that can do that. That makes everything else easy on offense. Hey, hand it to that guy, he makes a big play. Yes, please.